Shalom, shalom. So, as a member of the Jewish nation, we have difficulties time and time and time again with situations, with nations, with difficulties where we face the threat of annihilation. And it's scary. It's a scary thing. And many people do get very afraid. But I think if we're armed with certain tools and certain knowledge, that perhaps we don't have to feel that amount of fear. And I take a lot of strength from this week's Parsha, the Parshat Beshalach, where we see the nation has already left Egypt and the Egyptians come running after them with the fiercest army, with all of them, Paro and all the horses and chariots, top of the line warfare of the day. And you have the little Israel nation who they're chamushim, they're carrying their maybe little, I don't know what, pocket knives they took from their house, who knows. But they're not equipped to fight a war with Egypt. And they're seriously threatened. And they're locked in by the sea, nowhere to go with the nation coming. There couldn't be a scarier moment for them. And as we see, there was they complained to Moshe. They were afraid that they were going to die, and Moshe prays to God, and God says, "What are you doing? Stop praying. Let's go." You know, and start the process of lifting your stick. And God, of course, as we know, brings the winds and parts the sea, and Israel gets to pass on dry land through the sea and drowns the Egyptians in front of the eyes of Israel. And it's a victorious moment, a moment where such a sense of relief and gratitude and awe of God that they break out into the As Yashir song that's sung until this very day. Very moving, contains really our story, past, present, and future. And it was a moment that you think would have such an impact on the nation that they would understand and know, especially after what they went through in Egypt, God is with them. No uncertain terms. I mean, if God could help them through that, God is with them. But then the nation goes on in this parsha to complain yet again and again when there is no water, and they complain with such. And okay, it's okay to complain, but it's what they say and how they say it that's a problem. And they complained that they were going to die out in the desert. They had no water. They complained when they didn't have the food, with the no meat and bread. And God, of course, provides them miraculously manna from heaven and meat for them. And again, it comes to a third test after. It's really the fourth, because already there was splitting of the sea. So after three times in Judaism is considered a chazaka. Three times is proof that something is the way it is. There couldn't have been more proof of God providing for them, doing miracles of saving them by the sea and providing for them with the water and with the manna from heaven, no less. And yet it comes this point where they have no water again to drink, and they test God and say such chutzpahdik things to say, is God with us or not? And right after they say that, we see that we are presented with the challenge of Amalek, who wants to destroy us forever, wants to destroy us just because they see that we're weak, they see that we're vulnerable, and that's when they come after us. And the lesson that comes right after those words is God with us or not in the parsha is in order to show us that they should have had the knowledge that after situation that God came through. God not just came through, miraculously saving them, keeping them, preserving them, providing for them, doing everything for them. Not to question that in such a way because they didn't get what they want when they want how they want it, to know and to go about things in a different way and to say, go to God in prayer and say, oh my gosh, after you've done all this, we know that you're going to provide. We don't see it now. Please help us to see it. Please help us to manifest it. Please help us to find a way to find the water. whatever. That should have been the approach, but the approach was, is God with? We don't think God's with us. Where's our water? God's not with us. And then they become vulnerable and they become weak. The other nations see that we're weak and they attack whenever we are weak. And this has always been the thorn in our side of when we are weak, when we don't see God within us. And when I say God within us, I don't just mean us and our own sect. I mean all of us, because God exists within all of us. There's good within all of us. And instead of trying to make things work, make situations work, and seeing the God whenever we can and working in a way to better our future, a lot of times we don't do that. And we push that God out in ourselves and other people in the surroundings by doing things or saying things or being ways that we shouldn't. And then we're vulnerable. And I wanted, this lesson is so important now, especially we're vulnerable to Iran. Everybody's worried, with the threats and the ships. And take a minute. Let us breathe. Let us not panic. Let us not worry that we're going to be annihilated and where is God? Let us stop. Do our best to help each other out, to be there for one another, to be kind and generous and pray and work with one another. And we will merit, that will be like Moses' hands lifted up to the sky. It's our way of doing that by our actions. And I think if we do that, we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry. It's in our hands. It's in our hands. If anything we have to learn is not to just yell and scream and doubt and cry and worry and push God further away. And then God will say, well, if you think I'm not with you, there you go. Figure it out. And we don't want that. I think we can do better and be better. And I feel that our nation we've seen God's salvation over the last couple of years in so many situations, especially the last time with Iran. And it's, all the, I don't have to go enumerate everything. The miracle upon miracle upon miracle that we've seen, let us not forget that. Let us not forget that. Let us say, Hodu Hashem Kitov. God, you've helped us out through everything else. We have faith you'll help us out. Now we will try and do our part. We will try and be good and bring more of godliness into the picture so that the enemies will just drop dead in the sea, hopefully. Bezrat Hashem. Of course, those who are good people should always live and survive and thrive and rise up and heal the rest of us. Shabbat Shalom.